Hello, guys, right? I haven't looked in the mirror for a while. Like, I must be lying because I shaved, obviously. Oh, I was wondering where that fucking grey hair came from. I can feel it. That's, oh shit. I'm going grey up here as well. We spoke about this a bit. People were suggesting I use, grey for men or some shit. Something for men. Can't remember. Anyway, just look at the comments. I'm going grey all up the sides here. All up there. I'm going grey all day, but I haven't even started my fucking life yet. Not in a happy way anyway. So what I'm saying is I haven't checked like the hairline and stuff after I get out of the shower and everything for a while. Since I made the last video. The temperature is autumn, fall, for those of you who speak fucking retard. And, no, I'm just kidding. Don't want to offend the retards. Sorry, not retards, retards. I'm joking. I love them. You're my favorite. They love life. Retard simply means slow. When you say you're late in French, you say you're en retard. You're late. Retard. So you're a bit slow. So I'm saying people who use the word fall are a bit slow. So I'm not going to translate Celsius for you either. Oh, I will, because I've learned it. Ready? Here we go. That's very fucking shiny. So it's been about 17 degrees on a daily basis here in autumn in Melbourne. Which is not hot. It's room temperature is 20 degrees Celsius, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Knock off 5 to make it about 15 degrees here in Melbourne. So that's about 60 degrees. So glue has no real problem with that temperature. Greys, on the other hand, do not care. That is an exposed piece of plastic. When people talk about graduation, they're talking about plucking away hairs to make less density on either lace or poly base hair pieces. This is poly, so that's what it looks like to have nothing on it, to have no hair on it. See the shine? It's got a little bit of hair there, but not enough. And along here, it's lifting as well. So there has been some sweat accumulating, but I haven't sweated that much. So you can see how little effort I've had to use to just pull that back up. Might be time for a new hairpiece. If I cut away there. So what I'm saying is, it hasn't hindered me just going out and living my life to have these little problems. Because it's not been hot. When it's hot, you can feel the sweat is like lifting and it's annoying in bed. And you're lying there and you go, get off me, right? But when you're not sweating, it's fine. That is worse than I expected just then, what just happened. When you inspect the front hairline, that's where the problems lie. If there's a problem up here that I can't see, and back there, well, that reminds me. Some of you said, don't be a retard, get some Toppik. Look, I got 3 medium brown Toppiks, pack of 3 with a puffer fish. Unnecessary packaging. Okay, that's a pump, and that's a directioner. So before I fix that front hairline at all, I'll just pop that on there. See, blocking that with my finger stops the suction. You hear that? So I'll open one of these up. I got it from eBay. I think it was about $35 for 3 of them with a puffer. You just force it and the plastic will crack like that. Forcing is often a solution when fixing things. I promise you. With cars, robots, lots of things, forcing it is often the answer, despite everything experts want to tell you. Don't force it. Okay, that's a seal, so the fibers don't fall out, I guess, in shipping. And that's what it looks like. I just want to get rid of this plastic off here because it's ugly. Okay. See, that's what my hairline looks like right there, see? Shiny. And that's not gravity that makes things attract at small sizes, it's static electricity. That's how small molecules collect in space before they become big enough to create a dent in the fabric of space-time, and then things start falling in, and then that's when rocks can become asteroids and planets and become crunched in and compressed and lava-like, etc. and reform. And planets are fully spherical, or close enough to spherical. They're usually wider, obviously, at their equator where they're spinning, because they're spinning out. And obviously the shape of the planet changes as the tides are pulled, if you're going to count the water and stuff. Okay, so that is like talcum powder, really fine. Can you see that? Coming out. It smells like herbs. Okay, so when I brush it, it starts to clump, but it comes off from skin like that. Even though there are hairs on my skin that it should have fixed to. Let me see if I can turn myself into the abominable snowman. What should I say? Bigfoot, because his furry cousins from the north are in fact white, like polar bears. So, does that look like my hair's been replenished if I was a hairy animal? No. So let me see what it's like to do this without, okay, I guess the best way to do it would be like this. Can you see the bald spot there? Oh, that's hard to do backwards. Whoa, that's the wrong colour. Looks like some possum took a shit. I need to know what that looks like up close, I can't tell. While this area is all sticky because of muck, this bit here is dry. Does that please you? Let me see what it's like with the puffer. Because that's hard to aim and tap. Do I need instruction? Oh, I think what happens is I've got to take off this. Oh, that looks very messy if I spill that. You might think that looks like weed after you've smushed it, but it's much finer. It's more like asbestos. so I've got that off. I'm gonna put that bit on. I think I've chosen the wrong color because this looks like diarrhea that somebody ate and then puked. Okay, ready? Let's see. I don't have a rear vision mirror head. Okay, let's look. Does it do anything? Did that do anything? Can't see. Fuck, it's a mess, isn't it? For me, this is a $35 gamble because if this leaves shit all over my pillow, I'll probably never use it again. A hairpiece does not leave shit on your pillow, does it? No, it doesn't. Does that look better or worse? Let's see if we can fill in that gap there completely. Okay, it's filled, but it's just sitting there, waiting for a breeze to... I wouldn't want to be wearing white clothes either. Well, I don't like using it, and there's powder shit, although I was doing some experimental opening and closing of lids and stuff. It's all over the sink. And when you add water to it, it smells like, I don't know, dust, but a little bit herb-like. Maybe it's made out of herbs. Maybe they're just tricking bald men everywhere to sprinkle fucking flavors into their head. Toppik is made of all natural colored keratin protein. Toppik fibers blend undetectably with your existing hair, instantly making it full and thick. Directions for men and women. Use on dry hair. Shake liberally into thinning areas. Gently pat hair to disperse the fibers. Style as usual. For greater durability, follow up with Toppik Fiber Hold Spray. No, I'm not gonna add spray. Let's see what happens if I just add some mark. I don't like the idea of having, I keep thinking I've got a rear vision mirror built into my head. I don't, okay? I've just been driving a car for a while, so I can't expect, well, right there. Mark lid. Okay, I won't obviously be able to see this because I haven't got a double mirror set up. See what happens. Am I aiming towards the camera? Is that alright? How's that? Did it work? If that didn't work, I'm never going to use it again. That's $34 down the drain. I don't like using it, and I don't like it lying around where people can see it. I mean, it's the kind of thing you've got to use every day, and it's got to be in plain sight, because I think people know about Toppik, like non-hair wearers, they know. I was like, are you balding? You don't look balding, but maybe there's some tricks going on in your hair. What the hell is this shit? And Toppik will have led them to that conclusion. So I'll have to watch the video back to see what you just saw. I can't see it. Well, yes I can. Here we go. no noticeable improvement as far as I'm concerned. Waste of time. I don't like Toppik. I say, anytime you're using Toppik, it's because you haven't got a hairpiece. You haven't got a hairpiece at all. I don't see any reason for Toppik. I don't like it. That was my first attempt, but instant fail. Although I have changed my mind about things in the past. That's a pain in the ass. And I'd say it will leave a mess on my pillow. If I was wearing white, it would get all over the fucking place, right? No good. Okay, so let's fix up this front hairline. Alright, I'll do it properly, okay? I know what I'm gonna use. Water, spray, hairband, scissors, alcohol and glue. Alcohol and glue always go together. Let's see what I can do by just starting by brushing it back so I can get a very good look at my front hairline. Turbo water. It's been lifted, isn't it? All right. So once again, for those graduation fans, people who say you should pluck away at front hairs to make things graduated so it looks more natural, pay special attention to this. Without hairs, the base does not look like scalp. You understand? It looks like that. Shiny. You can use the anti-shine stuff, but in places like this, that's completely been plucked away from just brushing it. Luckily, that's already a bit low anyway, so I might be able to get away with slicing that out. Maybe. See how this is able to just go straight there without being moved away by any hairs or anything? That's because all of that area didn't have any real hairs on it. So could be time for a new hairpiece, but probably not going to do it tonight. So can you tell that that's all like askew now because I've taken that bit away? I kind of can. That's a divot, that's a big chunk over there that I don't like. Don't really have any hairs on it. So am I repairing this hairpiece now, or am I fucking it up permanently? I'd say the latter. With a brush forward look, nobody would have been able to tell. Now that's gone shong, whoosh, right? And you might think, well, just fucking cut it up that way, dickhead. But I like it down a bit lower. That's nicer for me than going up there. Here's all the shit I just dumped in the sink, by the way. This is my new iPhone XR. The other case was really shit, so I just ordered this one from eBay. It's really good. It's called a StickOnHair, about $10. It's a lot more slim, streamlined. Because I dropped this phone when it had the big fat rubber case, which made me never want to put it in my pocket because I could never handle it. I couldn't get my hand around things. Now I can actually reach the fucking buttons with my thumb. Perfect. You don't need all that rubber protection. I dropped it when it had that big rubber case on it and it cracked anyway. So I'm just going to pull this back. It's not wanting to peel back all the way back at the moment because it's not filled with sweat like it is during the hot days. Been about 2 or 3 weeks of fairly, well, below 20 degree weather, below 60 degree weather, 60 degrees Fahrenheit. The hottest temperature ever recorded on Earth was about 56.2 degrees, which is 70, 25 is 80, 30 is 90, 35 is 100, 40 is 110. Am I doing this right? 45 is 120, 50 is 130, 55 is about 140 degrees Celsius, Fahrenheit. So when I say 60 degrees to somebody who speaks in Fahrenheit, in Celsius, which is everyone in the world except people from the USA, they'll say, fuck, what are you talking about, 60 degrees? You'd be dead. So, America, catch up, please. You really a total embarrassment. Okay. What I'm doing here is just peeling away wet, sweaty glue, which is not the ideal time to do it. Better if I just went and watched TV for a while or something, and then came back when it was dry. Still coming off though. By the way, this would not happen with lace. You could not do this with lace. When lace gets glue in it, you just chuck it away. Unless you're really into fucking mirror sliding and bullshit with toothbrushes and fucking C22, and it's just not worth it. Poly is a lot easier cleanup. This is, if you've never worn a hairpiece before, pretty easy to clean like this. If you didn't want to do this, you could just, most people would take the whole thing off and do this once every 3 weeks, like normal. I don't really know how long this has been on since the last placement. Just check the date of my previous video. I probably did something about putting it on in one of the last videos. So Toppik, as I suspected, is not very good. And you're going to be careful, very careful with wind and rain and stuff like that. So only use it if you don't have a hairpiece. I think if you've got a hairpiece, you don't need Toppik, do you? If you're thinning and you don't want to wear a hairpiece, and you want to have a full looking head of hair, I guess Toppik is a temporary way on special evenings when the top of your head is going to be seen by a lot of people on a special occasion. But on a daily basis, no fucking way. Too much trouble. There's too much wind and water on this planet to use Toppik. So in this room, I'm sweating a bit. Oh, by the way, yeah, I was playing with my nieces today, so I was jumping around a bit. So I guess I would have been sweating a fair bit today compared to the most recent days, which probably explains the sweat that I've got there right now. And I've got the heater on. So if the outside temperature is, say, 12 degrees at this time of night, in here it's probably about 25 degrees. So I'm feeling a bit sweaty. I think my body sweats when I'm about, when the room is about 24, which is quite not hot. It's not hot at 20. I mean, it could be considered a warm day. It's 24, but it's not a hot day, that's for sure. It's a nice day, but I'll sweat then if there's any movement. These wet wipes have dried out. Put a bit of water there. I thought, why is the sink dirty all around there? They're like some kids been playing with it with their fingerprints and stuff all over the place. The answer is Toppik was there. So there's a reason not to use Toppik. I guess my pillows are blue and white, so most things wouldn't probably show up on there. If I use spray tan, I'd probably see that my pillow was discolored the next day though. I'd say spray tan is the only way to make your skin a different tone, natural, well, not naturally, but it's the only way to do it. So that's why I wouldn't use spray tan all the time. Because like Toppik, right? You can't wear white. Don't know what's going to happen to your pillow and, sheets. Right, now you saw me just cut away all that, so it's not perfect anymore, this headpiece. Not that it was, because hair started being removed from it. And you can see the misshapen. Might have to cut that to round it out a bit for people. But I'll always have a brush forward look, really. Sometimes I have a brush back look. But only while I'm styling my hair, so I can style it in a position and then later on I'll go foof, 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 foof. So it'll land more relaxed without being, I don't want to brush it that way. It looks like nerdy, right? To give it lift, you brush it back and then you fluff it forward and it's got that lifted forwardness about it. That's why I do it that way. Can't believe I found a fucking grey back here. That was stupid. Fucking head. Okay, so let's pre-position that. This is Walker Tape Ultra Hold if this is your first time watching any of my videos. And if you're watching this video any time after the year 2020, which is the equivalent of the amount of time back that some of my major videos are getting watched. Like from that's 2019 now. We're halfway through 2019. Quarter of the way through. But most of the people who watch my videos are watching videos from 2017 or something, because YouTube has just algorithmically decided they should be my main videos for some reason. Even though the name of the video is video 11, that one's getting the most. I have no fucking idea why. Really, just YouTube chose it to be featured more than others. There's nothing I can do about it. Obviously, that's when I wasn't as good at doing this stuff, and I didn't even know about poly back then. Well, I suspected it would exist, but I'd never had a successful try of poly before at that point. It was only when the 0.03 millimeter thicknesses started getting released that poly probably became good anyway. So I guess I wasn't an early adopter of poly, but I think I got on at a good time in its technology. And hopefully in the future it'll be completely matte plastic and not shiny plastic. Somehow they could make it more latexy or something so that it matches skin texture a bit more or something without creating a lump. Because the good thing about this plastic is it's not that stretchy that it would warp easily. You can warp it, you can stretch it, which is ruining it, but it's not too bad. It's quite, has pretty good integrity. I'd say poly is short for polyurethane. I have no fucking idea. I'm not a plastician. I don't even know if that word exists. Okay, you can see there where I fucked up and I've got glue in those hairs at the front. That'll be a problem later on. Not a big one. I'll just wait till it dries and go like that. And then if hairs started getting ripped out because of it, I'll have to use the C22 glue dissolver, and then just do that with a comb for a while, and then use wet wipes as well, and then use soap and water and get all this shit out as well. So yeah, it is a pain in the ass if you get glue in your hair, but C22 is the solution, literally. Okay, so I showed you last time that I can just place this right down right now without waiting, because all that can happen is it can squish out, the glue can squish out. But it seemed to work last time, so just to keep these videos a bit shorter, I'll do it. This is water. I haven't pressed it down firmly because I don't trust the placement. I don't want to press too hard either. So you see where that hair is sticking? Because that's got glue on it. It's fucked up. Gap there. Probably should have tried to fix that. Oh, see all that glue there? I just realized something. If I sweat while this is setting, the glue's setting, then it's not going to get in, is it? I get the feeling that sweating later is not as bad as sweating in advance. I don't know, it doesn't make any sense actually. But then again, physics is broken as far as my brain is wired to comprehend it. Yeah, see that gap there? Bad placement. But can't be bothered fixing it. No special events coming up. The glue over here, I'll deal with that later. But that's going to be a stronger hold now. And because the weather's not too hot, I shouldn't have any real problems. And that over there has probably got some bits of glue in there or something. It's a bit dark around the front tip. But it's good enough. Nobody questions that I've got a full head of hair. And I was hoping to come on here today and just say, look, my hair's fine, right? The hair is like, it's not been changed or altered since you last saw it. And it hasn't. I haven't done anything except, you know, just use standard shampoo and conditioner when getting out of the shower, and then putting muck in my hair and brushing it or whatever. I haven't put any products in it or anything. I just opened the Toppik as you saw, so that's that. You can see these hairs up here, they do not want to flatten down because they are too short. They don't have enough weight. Anything shorter than that, you're gonna have real problems with a hairpiece. You need to have hair that is at least 1.5 inches long. And also, it depends also on the way the V-lips are done on poly and the way knots are knotted on lace as to how good a hairpiece is. And also the thinness, the fineness, the thinness in nanometers of each individual hair based on the youth of the person who donated them or the nationality, but I think everyone's Indian who gives it. I'd say more youthful equals thinner hairs, probably. So the thinner, the more it'll just obey. The thicker, the less it'll want to fucking obey shit. Fuck up, I'm not going to be brushed, right? So now to clean this shit up, but I'm used to it. It's fast and easy, and everything in my bathroom has its place. Because I got rid of nearly everything from my cupboards except exactly what I need. Which is quite unlike me, given my life experience. Usually very disorganized and messy, but I always clean the shit up in the bathroom.